2000. Rev it up.
Score. New ball.
Let Canon ignite your creativity.
Rotation. Agassi.
Soar past simple snapshots. And roar into photography.
3, 2, 1, go! Agassi, game ready.
The new Rebel 2000 from Canon.
Circuit breaker. Check. Window heat. On. Takeoff warning horn. Check. Parking brake. Set. Radio's radar and transponder. Set and standing by. Sunscreen. SPF 15. That's a check.
Southwest Airlines is going to Florida with low fares to Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa Bay, and Jacksonville. Florida's never been closer.
Cool shades. On.
How would I make my TV better? I'd add Comcast digital cable and control what my children watch. I'd have a parental control feature that gives me the peace of mind that my kids are only watching shows that I think are okay. I could block out programs simply by punching in a code I select, and I could still watch the shows I like. That's what I'd want.
So why wait? Getting Comcast digital cable is easy. Call 823-3000 and order today.
Come on, go try it. How would I make my TV better? By getting an on-screen interactive guide when I add Comcast digital cable. It's the easiest way to find out what's on. By title, channel, or by category, I can find out what's on later today or even next week. I could even set an on-screen reminder to appear a few minutes before the show starts. That's what I'd want.
So why wait? Getting Comcast digital cable is easy. Call 823-3000 and order today.
Come on, go try it.
Want to make your TV better? Comcast Digital Cable offers over 200 channels of great programming. You get digital picture and sound, an interactive guide, and you get all your local channels. Avoid all the hassles of satellite television.
So why wait? Getting Comcast digital cable is easy. Call 823-3000 and order today.
Tight to the vest hockey game here on HTS. Francis, the only goal scorer as we head to the third period. Joining me downstairs, assistant coach Tim Hunter. And Timmy, it looks like they're really shutting down the Capital Cycling. What are they doing so well in their own zone?
Well, they're really doing a good job blocking the pass to the net. We're cycling the puck fine in the corners, but when it comes time to take it to the net, we're not getting any room. We gotta find a way to get pucks to the net. Put the puck to the net and have somebody go to the net for some rebounds and get some traffic in front of this guy. Their defense are doing a good job, like I say.
Now, what about their penalty kill? Are you seeing anything different? You guys can't seem to get the pucks through to the net.
Well, we're just not. That's exactly right. We're not getting the puck back to the point and taking our time and aiming for a good shot. I think we got to be a little more patient, get the puck back, move it around, and then take some shots. We're trying to force things. Pucks are getting blocked. We're not getting quality shots in the net.
Huntsy, thanks for your great insights. All right, Tim Hunter joining us after 2. 1-0. Francis, the only goal scorer. We'll take a look at the highlights around the corner. Joe Beninati will be back. Stay next to your TVs right after this.
I'll be right back with your new low Geico rate. Great. I can save you over $250.
Every week, 10,000 drivers switch their car insurance to Geico. We take all the necessary precautions. Geico Direct. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Busy day. What?
And now, a simple question for everyone who isn't a millionaire quite yet.
Okay.
Where should you look on the web to get total internet service absolutely free?
Oh, I know this one. It's freei.net.
Total internet service?
Yeah.
Absolutely free?
Yeah, it's freei.net.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Freei.net.
Definitely. Freei.net.
Want to phone a friend?
The power is yours. InfoSpeed DSL from Bell Atlantic delivers the internet at speeds up to 126 times faster than a 56K modem. With InfoSpeed DSL, you have the power to leap into the rich, dynamic world of online sound and video without stumbling on the price. Call 1-800-737-3139 now. You have the power to talk and surf at the same time through a single existing home phone line. And you never have to dial up or wait to connect, which means the internet is always ready for you. With InfoSpeed DSL, the power is yours. InfoSpeed DSL is available with BellAtlantic.net internet access for as little as $49.95 a month. Find out now if it's available to your home. Visit BellAtlantic.com/InfoSpeed or call 1-800-737-3139.
Honey, I've been thinking. You're right.
Yeah?
We should get a brand new Mitsubishi HD TV at the big screen store. We wouldn't have to pay anything down, no interest, no monthly payments till 2001. You're so good with numbers.
Well.
Let's do it.
Yeah! Yeah! Nuts.
At the grand opening of our Towson and Sterling stores.
Carolina has only lost 3 games within the Southeast Division, the fewest of any in the bunch. They've got a 1-0 advantage in a Southeast Division duel today after 2 against your Caps on HCS. I'm Joe, he's Craig, and Craig, for Washington, there weren't very many more good scoring opportunities in that second period. The handful that there were about to show our HCS viewers.
Yes, we are, Joe. We'll start off with the Hurricanes. Sean Hill doing it both offensive and defensively. Here, a hard slap shot from the point, but notice Colting puts that underneath him before Nielsen can get there. Nice stop in tight against that slap shot. Here's the Capitals' best opportunity. Zednik in front, and there's Hill defensively cleaning him out, allowing Irbe to catch the first shot, not get the second whack, and then Peter Bondra, howitzer, catching glove save, halfway up the body. Irbe making it look easy.
I really think Zednik's been skating well enough that he should factor in the scoring in the third period. Our Mercedes-Benz stats look this way through 2.
Yeah, 1 better of the Caps in shots on goal, scoring 2 better. Face-offs, Caps dominating the circles by 2. Power plays, that's the big discrepancy. The Caps must score with the extra man. They're 0 for 4, but only 2 shots on net.
Not a very long journey from the Baltimore-Washington area to Raleigh. There are Caps fans throughout the stands here in Raleigh today, hoping that their heroes get on the board in the third. We'll start period 3 for you in a moment.
We all do dumb things. Paying too much for car insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. We all do dumb things. Paying too much for car insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Punch, punch, knee, 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 jab, kick, jab, kick, punch, 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 go, 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 knee, knee, in.
Subway has 7 fresh value meals with just 8 grams of fat or less, while a Big Mac extra value meal has 58. Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Chew, chew, chew.
They trapped an innocent man into their game.
We're taking down that casino, and you're the guy that's going to tell us how.
They outnumber him.
Just give him what he wants.
They outgun him. But he has one chance.
You gotta be kidding me.
To outsmart them.
You want to keep playing? Let's play!
Critics call it the most entertaining thrill ride of the year. Bristling with twists, turns, shocks, and surprises.
The game's over. Not yet.
Reindeer Games. Rated R. The game is on Friday in theaters everywhere.
HTS in March. This is the month when HTS delivers it all. Orioles baseball. Get ready for the new season with 5 exhibition games. Capitals hockey. Too hot to stop. Marching to a top playoff berth in 8 games. College basketball. It's tourney time as everyone scrambles for a ticket to the big dance. Plus, the Wizards shoot for W's in 10 games and much more. March, the month where you get it all. Only on HTS.
The Washington Capitals haven't lost back-to-back games in 2 months. They find themselves trailing by 1 after 2 on the heels of a loss in Philadelphia Saturday. And, Craig, this is the reason why.
It's a slap shot from Paul Coffey, Hall of Famer in the future, and that guy deflects it. Ron Francis, our guest after 2, the only goal in this hockey game.
Normally, Francis beats you with his great passes. There, the dexterity of the tip-in. Period 3 unfolds for you next.
We've made it easier to separate yourself from the crowd with a new Dodge Intrepid. With its sleek cab-forward design and expansive yet cozy interior. Right now, Intrepid offers 0.9% financing for up to 60 months that could save you over $4,600. In a perfect world, everything would be different. Until then, see the friendly Dodge dealer near you during our President's Week event.
Coffee, please. I'm giving my wife a break.
What do you got planned? Not fast enough. You got to think like them. You're 2 feet tall. What do? You find something in the post. You're looking for the fair, the zoo, a hayride. Look, you're a rookie, but pretty soon you'll be planning your own family getaways.
I can do this.
Prove it to the world.
The Sunday Washington Post. Help Sunday feel more like Sunday.
Next week, we'll talk about shopping.
Once they roamed the seas and explored the skies. But today, they're on the net. They are pioneers discovering a new world of e-commerce, of high-speed internet access. That's where Verio comes in. For we are the pioneers of the internet, the hosts of the new world, the leader in websites with state-of-the-art connections and a Tier 1 backbone for everything you need from the net. Verio, the new world of business.
Wizards basketball on HTS. This March, 10 games. The Wizards, 10 games in March on HTS.
Caps have to be comeback kids today. They find themselves down by 1 after 2, so the stage is set for Chris Simon, who's got goals in 3 straight games. Earlier today, we asked Simon's head coach, Ron Wilson, to comment on Simon's power forward totals.
I'm hopeful that Chris can get to 30 goals. He's really contributing offensively, but maybe more important to our team is his contributions in the locker room. I think he's turned into a real leader. A go-to guy for the coaching staff and someone that everybody looks up to in our locker room.
Well, he's looking to lead the troops here in the 3rd period in the inside Raleigh Entertainment and Sports Arena, which seats better than 18,700 for NHL hockey. The season set between these 2 squads, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 tie, and look at how close it has been over the last 2 to 3 seasons. 10 of the 12 meetings have been nail-biters.
And it's going to be no different today, Joe. This is the type of game we expected. Both teams have a very similar style. They're both low-scoring. They both get chances, but they've been unable to finish. We should have a great 3rd period here.
1 more between these 2 teams before the regular season is done. It comes in the 3rd week of March back at MCI Center. Right now, we focus our sights on the 3rd period today. Coffey, rink wide, Brindamore, wrist shot snatched out of the air by Kolzig, and he will hang on. HTS coverage of Caps hockey today is being brought to you by Dodge. Do not follow, do not conform, be different. And by your local area Mercedes-Benz dealers.
Early chance goes to the Carolina Hurricanes, Joe. There's Brindamore, off-wing, sharp angle. Had one the other night. similar style, but farther out against Perron. There, Brindamore denied by Kolzig, and Kolzig taken down hard as the Carolina Hurricanes forward. Perron went hard to the net on that last play.
Lost his balance and nearly upended the big netminder from the blind side as Richard Zednik steps back to center. Joe Ricci on the advance. Ricci plays the glass back behind Artur Zerbe, who has handled all 17 shots the Caps have flung at him this afternoon. Coffey gobbled up by Bulis. Bulis with a strip to the front, and Zednik jammed that wide. Bulis got the rebound to the point position for Johansson. And just off of his stick blade, back to center she comes. Jan Bulis revving it up. Zednik lost that one in the skates of the linesman Brasiker. Johansson softly back behind the Carolina cage. Both teams getting fresh troops on the fly. Coffey with plenty of room to meander back and play the end zone glass. Johansson. Nikolitin on the curve. Andre Nikolitin back into the lineup today. Rookie Jeff Halpern missing his first full game with a back injury, back spasms that he began to suffer Saturday night in Philadelphia. Jelena to the front. Dangerous there was O'Neill, but Nikolitin will stride away. On target, on the wing. Sacco back to the front, intended for Adam Oates, who had his stick lifted by Paul Coffey.
That was a great play by Adam Oates. That puck was actually coming to Oates, and he just opened up his 2 feet and allowed it to go wide, Joe, creating that scoring chance.
Backhand bid, Kolzig to stop. Rebound was loose. Jelena twists one towards the net and wide. Collecting the rebound, Bondra did not get it out. Ranheim, Jelena, and Francis, a threat there. Chris Simon for Washington. 5 goals over his last 5 games. Goals in 3 straight. Bondra, one-hand jab to the front, and the Canes' defense was at the ready.
Just no sustained pressure for the Washington Capitals at all this afternoon. Canes doing a great job getting the puck in and getting it out, not allowing the Caps to have any pressure for a sustained amount of time.
Carolina goes gunning after Ole Kolzig, who's getting some refreshments at one end.
Just water. I don't call that refreshment.
No.
Here's the play. Jelena down low. Gets it in front. Good backhander try by Ranheim. And there's Jelena on the doorstep trying to get that juicy rebound. Couldn't connect here early on in the third.
Well, pardon us if water is not your beverage of choice. It's Ole's, and he's doing quite well. Drinking that water in the cage. Look at those numbers as they rank among the net mining fraternity this year in the NHL. Murphy out of the corner. Muzzled there by Willis. Shane Willis, recently summoned back from the International Hockey League's Cincinnati entry. Ricci wide to his trusty defense mate, Sergei Gonchar. Joe Ricci will turn 35 tomorrow. He'd like to celebrate a day early with a win today. It would move Washington to the 30-win plateau. They'd be back 10 games over 500. Should they come from behind against the Canes in the third this afternoon. Yake building some momentum with Murphy. Wrap around Yake for Murphy, closing on a wrister. That was blocked aside. Yake's centering feed was answered by Nolan Pratt. Terry Yake keeps it moving on that pinwheel, collected by Bates Battaglia. Sean Hill lobs it to the gloved hand of Brendan Witt. Brindamore continuing the rush, trying to fish his way through the check of Terry Yake, who is holding him a bit. Fans here in Raleigh do not appreciate the non-call from referee Murphy.
That was legal obstruction. That's what you call that. Got his front of him, got the little stick in his gut, and then let him go. That was legal.
You care to spell that out to the fans here? They disagree with you. Bulis in, 3-on-2. Zednik rockets one over top of the cage. Clean to the corner for Bulis once more. Trying to break a lengthy goal drought is Bulis. Cleese drive dips well wide. Mironov stepping in, leaves it back behind the cage once more. Coffey has a hold on to Zednik. Halko comes over to cover, former collegiate standout at the University of Michigan.
Stick,
and Richard Zednik is face down on the ice.
Got the high stick, probably a cross-checker, looked like from up here from Paul Coffey. Went undetected, Joe. Zed not happy about that. Took it right in the mush from Coffey. Coffey came in high and then gave him a little cross-check to boot. Here's a look at that last play. This should have been a minor penalty. Here's Coffey, number 1, all over him, giving him a little shot from behind. That's no penalty. I let that one go. But watch Coffey come in high right there with the cross-check, and then he gets his stick around him right there. His face hit the glass, Joe.
Yep. We've seen that do damage in the past, and thankfully for Richard, he's A-OK, it appears, as he makes his way back to the players' bench. The referees today, Brian Murphy and Dan Maruelli, do not see fit to put Coffey in the penalty bench. Will remain 5-on-5, just a little bit before 4 minutes done. In period 3, Coffey has an assist on the game's only goal, his 23rd assist of the season. At 7:43, Ron Francis has the strike and the 1-0 advantage for Carolina.
Big numbers against the Caps over his career. This is 75th point he got in that assist, Joe, in just 69 games.
Right off this face-off, it is Gonchar with a long-range bid. Sergei Gonchar will backpedal to center. Washington has to regroup. Ken Clee trying to play it off the boards, pitched it into the Caps players bench for a whistle. Fan Sunday afternoons at Caps games will be taking on a whole new flavor. It's WB50 and Washington Caps presenting Slapshot Sundays for the kids 12 and under. Attending the Caps game with Buffalo March the 5th, you'll be receiving a coupon for an ice cream sundae. You can also enter in drawings to win exciting prizes. Slapshot Sundays, the next one coming up March 5th with Buffalo.
May see the Dominator that game.
You very well may see the Dominator.
Back in, playing extremely well for the Buffalo Sabres, and has said he will play next year once again.
Multi-winner of the Vezina Trophy, Dominik Hasek, the man of whom we speak. But where will he play next year? That is an interesting question. Uh-oh, Jelena is down.
He got hit with a high stick. We'll see if this one's picked up by the referees. Happened right between the two face-off circles. Jelena went down hard, Joe, smarting right on the beak there as Maurice looks on.
You know, Paul Maurice and those assembled rooting for Carolina today are rooting big time for at least a double minor or a major penalty here, and a chance to build on what is a narrow 1-0 advantage.
Well, if you're joining us this afternoon late, here's a look at our game summary brought to you by Dr. Bean. Francis' first period goal stands up now. He's 2 goals from 18. 20-goal seasons. He gets 2, and that's unbelievable. Caps have points in 7 of 21 games when trailing after 2. That's a good number. Kolzig and Herbe, 35 shots combined, and just 1 behind the twine, and that against Ole Kolzig.
Martin Jelena was felled by this moments ago.
Here we pick it up right there. Peter Bonsai spins around and cocks right on the nose there of Martin Jelena, but that will not be a penalty because Bondra, number 1, was getting hooked first, Joe, and this definitely should not be a penalty. The hook from behind from a Carolina player forced Bondra to swing his stick around.
Didn't that look awfully familiar to the way that Brett Hull in Dallas had his nose broken and requiring surgery on a sort of an accidental whip around of a stick that catches him right in, your word, the beak?
Let's give him a penalty then.
Francis wants to know. Francis wants to know why there is no penalty from referee Maruelli, who's explaining the case. 15 minutes and 38 seconds to go in regulation. 1-0 Carolina as the Washington Capitals finish up this 3-game road swing. It began in Chicago with a 1-goal win, a 2-goal loss in Philadelphia Saturday night. Today with Carolina, and a much, much anticipated matchup for the blue-sweatered Caps on Wednesday when Pavel Bure and the Florida Panthers invade MCI Center. Ron Wilson's club trying to reel in the division leaders in the Southeast Division standings. Marek Malik plays it wide for O'Neill. We continue to carry on here, 5-on-5. Simon, Oates, Bondra out there as the Caps will be whistled for icing. Washington coming into play. We mentioned 10 points up on Carolina and 5 behind Florida in the Southeast Division race.
And there it is, Joe. Florida with 73, Caps 68, Carolina 58. They lose this one, they could be sayonara. Tampa Bay 37, Atlanta 32. Both of those teams out, so it's the fight. Florida, Caps, Carolina.
Next 2 games are at home, and we expect MCI Center to be jumping Wednesday with the Panthers, Friday with Boston. Both of those are 7 o'clock starts. We'll have coverage beginning with the Capitals report. Al Koken will be back in the saddle Wednesday and Friday at 6:30.
He's coming back?
We'll have to let him.
We haven't seen Al in a while. I'm looking forward to that.
That's so kind of you.
Well, I am, because we've done a lot of pregame shows without him. I like Aldo a lot.
I knew there was an ulterior motive. As this comes the length again, it is Clee for a touch-up and icing against Carolina. Ken Klee, when he has dotted the scoreboard onto the score sheet, he normally does get game-winning, game-tying goals. They're few. Some will say they're far between, but they're effective goals. They're important ones.
You know, last two games, this game and the last game against the Flyers, he's had some great opportunities. He's been very assertive offensively, and you have to do that, especially a team like Carolina. The late guy coming has to create scoring chances. The Capitals haven't done it through 40 minutes. Looks for Klee and Gonchar to be more active here in the third.
Battaglia trying on Gonchar for size, and Sergei stood up to the test. Peter Bondra, smooth-looking stride. Bondra in full flight for Oates. Wrapping to Bondra to the front. Simon just inches away from deflecting that one home. Back come the Canes. Karpa sizzles one right into the knee of the referee, Murphy. Back comes Oates, too strong for Simon. Tommy Westland will play it for the Canes.
They have equipment under there, Joe. They all have shin guards and elbow pads and helmet. I don't think that one's going to hurt too much.
Might not even leave a mark. Westland waiting for Willis to get onside. Ditto for Ranheim. Will snap a wrister that's boxed away by Ole Kolzig. 14 minutes, 14 seconds to go regulation. 1-0 for the Canes on home ice, as Nikolitin will bounce it all the way down. This will once again be icing against Washington.
Time now to revisit our trivia questions for this afternoon, brought to you by Dodge. Who holds the Capitals record for the most penalty minutes in a single season, Joe? Who do you think?
My knee-jerk reaction was Al May.
I've also thought of Hart. Alan May is probably my best answer.
Shut up.
339 PIMs and 89.90. And here's the referee. We talk about guys who got to get out of the way. Here it is, coming up the ice. Karpa, and watch this shot, left side of the screen. And there it is. That's a little higher than the shin guard, Joe. That's between the waist and the shin guard. And that's where it caught the referee.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's where it caught the referee, all right.
And they also wear a jock, by the way.
Ron Wilson, as we get later and later in the contest, he starts to work on that chewing gum double quick. Just a little bit less than 6 minutes into the third period. Washington looking to dent the twine the first time today. 1-0. Francis has the game's only goal. A very well-placed deflection. Look at the Caps' numbers against the Southeast Division. Off a point drive deflected by Westland. His follow-up chance caught the skirt of the goal. Willis feeds it back behind the Washington net. Ranheim in pursuit. Ranheim, Westland, and Willis out there. Calle Johansson trying to find it in his feet. Ranheim worked over by Witt. Working a cycle game for Westland's bid that was blocked. Ditto Coffey's drive by Sacco. And out comes Washington's Jim McKenzie. Nikolitin crisscrossing with Sacco at the line. And they'll rule this offsides as sticks get up high in front of the Carolina cage. Joe Sacco getting friendly with Tommy Westland. We will step away and detail any penalties that come in just a few moments.
Who's having the largest Washington's birthday sale in town? Marlowe Furniture. With more furniture than anyone else. With better prices than everyone else. And with 1 year free financing too. Free, as in no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest charges for 1 full year. With over 280,000 square feet of showroom space, no one can throw a furniture party like Marlowe. Come celebrate.
Marlowe, we've got your style.
Guess what? Susie Fetterman got sick, so I don't have to be the dumb dinosaur. I get to be the peacock.
Great. Peacock.
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines, low fares beginning at $44.
You are now free to move about the country.
Punch, punch, knee, jab, kick, punch, 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 go, knee, in.
Subway has 7 fresh value meals with just 8 grams of fat or less, while a Big Mac Extra Value meal has 58. Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Chew.
Caps hockey here on HTS. 1-0 Carolina in the third. Here's Joe Sacco. A little shot coming towards Irbe. Gives him a little shot. The defenseman, Westland, and then Irbe right to the back of the noggin, Joe. Out of this, the Caps will go short-handed. Irbe got 2 for roughing. Sacco 4 for roughing. Westland out of that little elbow by Sacco and punch. A little bit of a bleeding nose.
How about the left-handed little Latvian there? Throwing a left cross. So, when you factor it all down, Paul Maurice's team gets the power play out of it. And that's why you saw Ulf Dahlen in there. He'll serve half of the double minor to Sacco for roughing. 1-0 Carolina still has the advantage. 0 for 2 on the power play this afternoon as Westland tends to a bloodied upper lip. Jeff O'Neill lining up opposite of Adam Oates. O'Neill, the second leading scorer on this club. He has tallied in 2 of the 3 previous encounters with the Caps. Somebody that Ole Kolzig has told us, I don't know, he just has a way of beating me of late. Not today. Kolzig and Irbe are putting in an old-fashioned goaltending duel. Coffey slams in. Ron Francis in pursuit along with Brendan Moore. It squirts free right to awaiting Brendan Witt. He will waltz back to center. Bondurant's 80-footer is gloved by Irbe. Coffey, those majestic strides. He glides faster than most guys skate.
He certainly does. Unbelievable skating strides.
For 20 years.
Play another 5 more the way he skates.
Brindamore. Francis playing catch. Another pretty fair skater. Kalle Johansson got in the way. Nika Leishin forced back by Francis. O'Neill sets it up. Coffey leaves it on the wing. 1 minute to go in the power play for the Canes. O'Neill's one-timer, a swing and a miss. Francis crunched by Witt. Witt, Johansson, Konowalchuk, Nika Leishin protecting Kolzig. 1-0 Washington finding itself on the wrong side of the score sheet as Steve Konowalchuk will place it into a player's bench. He struck somebody along the sideline there, and we'll get the whistle.
There's Konowalchuk, who's been a real burr to Arthur's Irbe. In fact, I was reading some stuff online the other day, and Irbe says, I'm going to make him feel it next game. He said Konowalchuk was driving him crazy with the slashing last game, so Irbe wanted to deliver it back to the back of the leg.
So was that a case of mistaken identity when Joe Sacco went through the crease and Irbe punched him?
I think so. There's Konowalchuk. Kono struggling a little bit in the points department, but he's a +10 with 180 hits coming to this hockey game this afternoon. However, no points in his last 9 games playing that left flank.
31 on the year for Steve. He was still on pace to eclipse his 95-96 high in a single campaign, which was 45 points. Adam Oates on this draw with Robert Cron. The Caps control. Bondra hemmed away a defender that will allow Riki to clear. Oates ripping into a slapper that sailed high and wide. Kovalenko lost his balance. Adam Oates, 4 of his 11 goals this year have been game winners. Right now he'd settle for a game tire. It's 1-0 Carolina. Battaglia down the flank. Leaves it for Kovalenko. The pass to Sean Hill. Steps in. Drives it right to the belly of Kolzig, and he will squeeze that.
What a great hit by Joe Riki against Battaglia. Battaglia goes wide, and man, he gets thumped behind Ole Kolzig. Jolton Joe, even 35 tomorrow, showing his physical prowess out there, Joe. Just finished off Battaglia. Battaglia didn't expect Joe Riki to finish him that hard. Here's a great look. Look at Riki going. He slows down, but look at that hit. That's going to send stars in your eyes. What a great shot by Riki. That's the way to finish.
Riki always conscientious in his own end, ranking among the leaders in plus-minus all time. Great save there, Kolzig to deny on Cron. 10 seconds in a power play. Cron steps from behind the cage. Avoiding a broken stick there as best he could. The pass back to the point eludes Karpa. And we go 5-on-5 as Dahlen will set to foot back onto the ice, serving half of the double minor for roughing to Sacco. Jeff Daniels for the Canes. Avoids an elbow from Riki. Zednik pinning Kovalenko in the corner. Riki on the reversal. Dahlen sprints after it. Marek Malik, native of the Czech Republic, coming down from his point position. Dahlen and Cron shoulder to shoulder. And now Oates has some time to set the breakout for the Caps, who have just 11 minutes left to tie this hockey game. They need one to force OT. Long head man, Jan Brulis was shouldered down rudely by Ken Manderville. Manderville, who has played precious little today. Fresh legs on ice for head coach Paul Maurice. Number 44 in the white. Dahlin just taps it into the Carolina zone. Karpa on through and deflected back to the Washington end of the rink. The Hurricanes playing without Curtis Decision. Gary Roberts, Sammy Kapanen, and Glenn Wesley have a great chance here. Wonderful stop by Kolzig on Jelena, and the rebound is tapped wide by O'Neill.
In that sequence, Jelena actually had 3 shots on net, and the 4th one just went wide.
Poulos back 3-on-3. Gonchar joining the rush. Sergei Gonchar carrying it on his backhand. Another backhand for Konowalchuk, and that was ushered away. We reach the midway mark of period 3. The Canes still a 1-goal leader at 1-0. Ron Francis, who authors the lone tally today, sends away Jelena again. His slapper was blocked by Ken Klee, and then Klee cleaned out Jelena. Ken Klee puts it back towards center with Dmitry Mironov. Murphy and Hill stepped up. Yake floats it back into the crease. Irbe knocked that down. Konowalchuk pivots loose from Pratt. Konowalchuk cross-checked down by Pratt. Bouncing right back up like a weevil. Konowalchuk to the front. Rebound. Mironov. Oh, he missed that one in tight. Yake to the goal mouth and a whistle. Now matching Miners.
Yeah, some great work by the Washington Capitals stirring up the pot, Joe. Mironov chunked that puck like a 9-iron. It was bouncing. It went up and over the net. Referees and the players are going to sort this one out. Stick with us. Caps trying to get tied up.
Can you believe it's been 5 years already?
It's been good.
It's been great. Here's to us. Happy anniversary.
For more entertainment choices, Comcast Digital Cable gives you 12 channels of HBO for the price of one. HBO, HBO Plus, HBO Family, HBO Signature, HBO Zone, and HBO Comedy. Distinct channels with unique entertainment choices, including big hit movies, original movies and series, championship boxing, and a whole lot more. So why wait? Getting Comcast Digital Cable is easy. Call 823-3000 and order today. Want to relax with top-notch TV? Hollywood's biggest stars are on Comcast and HBO. This month, catch Nicolas Cage in 8mm, Robert De Niro in Analyze This, and Sarah Michelle Gellar in Cruel Intentions. With Comcast Digital Cable, you get 45 channels of premium entertainment, including 12 screens of HBO. Television's best movies and specials are as close as your remote. So why wait? Getting Comcast Digital Cable is easy. Call 823-3000 and order today.
Vanderbilt's great pass gets through to Jelena, and he gets 3 shots. Watch this. There's 1. He gets 2, and then he gets the backhander 3 that's underneath of Ole Kolzig's glove. At the other end of the ice, here's that chip shot I was talking about, and you were too, Joe, by Mironov. Here's Mironov coming in, and there's the chip shot up and over the net. Tough break for the Caps. Kovalenko might have caught a chunk of that. Mironov can't believe it.
Dmitry still cussing at himself along the players' bench for missing what appeared to be a golden opportunity. Matching Miners doled out to Joe Murphy and Deshaun Hill, both for roughing. 4-a-side, 4-on-4 play here. 9 minutes, 22 seconds to go. Regulation time, 3rd period. Wanted to pass along hello mentions from Carolina Media Relations Manager Jerry Peters. Has got shot. Blisters went right to the chest of Arturs Irbe. Jerry wanted to say hello to his parents, Nancy and Bill Peters, who are watching back in the Alexandria area today on HTS.
Right off the draw here, the Caps a good opportunity, 4-on-4. But notice no one in front of the net, Joe. Simple save for Irbe. Here's the win by Adam Oates. Hard slap shot. And there in front is a stop by Irbe. One more look for good measure. Irbe right into the chest. And with that, hello to Jerry Peters' parents, Joe. Also a good hello to Peter Carmanos down in Florida, still recovering. Surgery was great. We say hello and we wish a speedy recovery. Peter, the owner here in Carolina.
Good news. O'Neill to the front. Good news to hear that the recovery is going well. And hopefully the sunshine treats Peter well.
Yeah.
Gonchar on the wing for Oates. Oates has a trailer at Bondra, tries to slip screen through. All Coffey, and Coffey got just enough of him. 8 minutes, 48 seconds to go, period 3. 1-0 Carolina. Brindamore building a rush with Cron. Back to Brindamore. Glove save. Kolzig on the deflection.
Wow. Well, the Capitals, after today, Joe, have a couple of home games upcoming in February on our Bell Atlantic community calendar. Wednesday, it's versus the Florida Panthers and Pavel Bure, who scores over his 40th today, Joe. Awesome by Pavel Bure. Friday versus the Bees without Jason Allison for the remainder of the year. Both games on HTS, 7 o'clock start, 6:30 pregame show, 202-432 SEAT. Call right away. Here's that last opportunity. Cron going wide. Little deflection by Brindamore, who drives to center lane. Good save by Ole Kolzig.
Pavel Bure has goal number 42 today, a 2-time 60-goal getter. He's going to threaten that again as a drive from Zednik scores! It looked like a redirect in front, and it slips beneath the pads of Arturs Irbe, who is working on a shutout, but working on the shutout no more.
The Caps continue to hang around in every game this season. Whether they're down 1 or up 1, they play the same way, and it ends in a nice result as Zednik with a hard slap shot goes right underneath of Irbe. Here's Zednik trailing the play. He tees it up, and there's the slap shot. He sort of chinks it, and that deflected off of Kenny Klejo, right off his skate and his foot. Here it is, off his stick, skate, stick, back to the net. Kenny Kleed going to the net, which left that lane for Richard Zednik, the forward, coming late for that slap shot.
Not to say I told you so, but I told you so. Ken Kleed gets big goals, tying goals, winning goals. He's got the tire right now unofficially at 11 minutes and 31 seconds of period 3. A 1-1 contest. The Caps have been blanked twice before this season. They will not be shut out today by Arturs Irbe. Now the question is, who will win this one? Marek Malik at the line, offsides, Carolina.
One more look at the goal that's tied it up. Kenny Kleed's 5th of the season. Nice work by Richard Zednik. But, Joe, when you look at this, Zed, if he hits it as hard as he can, probably no deflection. Look at Zed tee it up. He actually whiffs on it off the heel a little bit, and that puck gets redirected by Kenny Kleed, driving the lane. Here's one more look at it. There's the shot. There's the deflection by Kleed. The biscuit underneath the Irbe. Wilson's loving life, talking to Kenny Kleed on the bench there.
Just enough to take a little bit of pace off that slapper and just enough to slide beneath the fallen and outstretched Irbe. That's all it takes. Kleed's 5th from Zednik and Bulis at 11:31.
Last year, that doesn't go in against Irbe. This year, he's letting in goals like that, which takes away points for this hockey team, and that's why they're scrambling to make the playoffs.
Andrei Nikolishin for the Capitals will play the dasher board back behind Irbe, waiting for a turning Paul Coffey. Coffey pedals back to center. Now sends in. Kolzig with words of instruction for Joe Sacco, who's uncontested in the corner. That is until Jelena comes to arrive. Johansson, Murphy. Out come the Caps. It's Nikolishin. Andrei Nikolishin leaves it in his wake. Murphy continues to rush. Pulls the trigger. Blocked by Pratt. Murphy goes after his own rebound. He's got it. Joe Murphy hanging onto a backhand bid that was swallowed up by O'Neill and spun clear. 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Regulation time, 3rd. Ken Klee has answered Ron Francis. We're deadlocked at 1. Jake and Riki maneuver the breakout to center for Washington. Gonchar, double teamed, finding Konowalchuk, trying to march through Sean Hill, and Hill would have none of that. O'Neill, crunched by Sergei Gonchar. Gonchar on the take, delicate feet on the wing, just jumped over Konowalchuk's stick. Steve Konowalchuk, Terry Yakinoff Dahlin on the ice right now. Yake losing his balance, still played it for Dahlin. Yake got it back and got a tough hit from Sean Hill. Konowalchuk along the boards. An aerial pass that Hill will Play around the corner curve. Kept alive by Dmitry Mironov. Caps still in the attack territory. Mironov will fumble it at the line and have to retreat to center. And as Klee whistles one back in, linesman Brassiker says offsides. Ken Klee on a deflection has given Washington life. We are deadlocked at 1. Down the stretch we go in a moment.
It's here, the hot new Rebel 2000. Rev it up. Score, new ball. Let Cannon ignite your creativity. Rotation, Agassi. Soar past simple snapshots and roar into photography. 3, 2, 1, go! Agassi, game ready. The new Rebel 2000 from Canon.
QEA is the multinational conglomerate originated by fluent factories in Kansas, Oklahoma.
Ever get the feeling some people just stop trying? At Avis, we take a novel approach to service. We give it.
No one can wait for the Orioles HTS opener on Wednesday, April 5th. That's why HTS is heading down to O's spring training for 5, count 'em, 5 exhibition games. March 19th, the O's battle the Bo Sox. On the 21st, it's McGuire and the Cards. March 22nd, we meet the Mets. On the 24th, another Big Mac attack. And on March 25th, it's O's and Dodgers. Orioles baseball is back. It's all in March, and it's all on HTS, the home of the Orioles.
7 wins and a draw for Washington in its last 10 games away from MCI Center, where they return Wednesday night for a much-anticipated clash with Pavel Bure and the Florida Panthers. Right now, though, a very interesting contest in Raleigh. We are positioned at 1-1 thanks to the Ken Klee deflection goal. Klee's 5th, answering Francis's 18th. With 5.5 minutes to play, that has been all the scoring today. Halko back to get it in his defensive end. Rudely by Chris Simon. Simon steals. Oh, it's in tight. Stopped by Irbe. Rebound loose. Deep slot Mironov. Delayed penalty coming. Gonchar on the trigger. Deflected. Irbe stayed with that. Now Washington goes to the power play, and Adam Oates was just a whisker away from giving the Caps the lead.
Well, our Subway sandwich hit goes to that guy, Chris Simon. That a way to finish your checks. Pounding the D into the corner. Halko, look inside, finishes check, clean him out. And because of this, the Carolina Hurricanes get running around. Simon's held. And because of that, the Caps go to the power play. Great work by Simon, delivering offensively and right there getting held. Defensively also getting pats on the bench, Joe. That's a great play by Simon. Extra man for the Caps.
First power play opportunity for either squad here in the third period. Chris Simon will hang on for a while till he gets back out there. We get a chance to revisit our website question, today's poll, asking you who the Caps' most colorful personality ever.
Ever? That's a lot of years, isn't it, Joe?
26, partner. Are you on that list?
Yes, I am. I can't believe I came in third.
Sorry,
Hunter, Iafrate, and Lachlan. Gotta love that, Joe. But you didn't have time to vote, right? You don't have your laptop.
I have my laptop with me, and I would have thrown it into the stands before I voted for you. Power play time for Washington.
Oh, I'm sure those numbers will come up this week when the fans are logging on www.washingtoncaps.com. The name's Lachlan. Just keep voting.
It's the most he's ever promoted the website this season.
Anytime I'm on a poll, I get a lot of plugs.
Boulis with a look-away move turns the corner on Irbe. Washington in a 1-1 draw on the power play here. Boulis pressured by Pratt. Gonchar nimble along the line to keep that in for a moment. Then Brind'Amour got yanked down. Bye-bye power play right that quick.
Yep, Caps head off now. 4-on-4 hockey upcoming. Calle Johansson will head off. 2 minutes for hooking. Brind'Amour hauled down. There's Calle heading off. Here's the play on the half wall. Brind'Amour comes in, and there's the big hook. Hauling down. Calle Johansson heads off. Joe Brind'Amour looks on. 4-on-4 hockey.
4.5 minutes to play in period 3. Washington unbeaten in 17 of its last 20 under Ron Wilson's direction. An absolutely brilliant calendar year of 2000 for the Caps, moving them 9 games over the 500 mark. Ole Kolzig, the centerpiece of the Caps' defensive puzzle, which has been marvelous. Another low-scoring game, a 1-1 contest against Carolina. An even strength the two teams will skate. If you're just tuning in on HTS, Joe Beninati and Craig Laughlin with you from the Raleigh Entertainment and Sports Arena in a 1-1 matchup. Lee hands it ahead for Sacco. Walled away by Coffey. Coffey working with his partner Dave Karpa on this particular shift. Cron and Brindamore, the 4-on-4 forwards for head coach Paul Maurice. Karpa picking up Coffey. One hands it to the wing, and offsides is ruled by the linesman DePuzzo. Fans for over 40 years, Phillips Seafood Restaurants have been serving authentic Maryland-style seafood and award-winning crab cakes. Stop by one of these local Phillips Seafoods locations and get your claws on Phillips' new premium crab cake, a 5-ounce all-lump crab creation, a connoisseur's delight. Remember, at Phillips, you can taste the tradition.
Well, we're at the ESSA Center, Entertainment and Sports Center in Raleigh, Joe, and I like this new building. It's a beauty. It's big, very cavernous, Joe, and up here, we're not too far from the ice surface. I like it, and next year, we're going to be doing some special things to get more people involved in the game of hockey here in Raleigh. Ticket prices are all going to be lowered, so they can get more fans to watch the Carolina Hurricanes. The highest price ticket, $99. That's going to go down. 45% of the seats in this building will be affordable at less than $30 a ticket.
Carolina, if you'll remember back to October, played its first 9 games of the season on the road as they finished up the construction to this fine facility and got it ready for the fans to enjoy.